Hey again, a nice sunny day today. And I want to talk about the reason I'm keeping smartwatch in my life despite trying to live free with tech. Some people may think that living free with tech means that I need to eliminate unnecessary digital distractions, and that's also part of that. But smartwatch is another tool that could serve a clear purpose, and I didn't know that purpose at the time 5 years ago when I bought my first smartwatch. And that smartwatch served as a distraction rather than a useful tool with purpose. And this time, 6 months ago, I have decided to buy it again and solve some of the real problems I had. And I want to talk about the problems that my smartwatch is solving. So it relates to my paper journaling routine that I have, and it's based on daily reflections. So every day I make sure to sit down at the end, maybe at 8 p.m. Uh, that's usually the time I do it, and look at my thoughts, look at my, events that happen during the day, and just make sure to evaluate my daily mood that spawns out of them. It's a feeling that I track, and it gives me a metric as a number for self-awareness, just to know where I'm standing right now, in my life with everything happening around me. So that's one thing I do in my watch instead of needing to do it on my phone. So it frees me, it basically frees that dependency on my phone. And so I can do some things without my phone. I can do it just from my wrist. So mood tracking, habit tracking. I'm also making sure to complete a streak. If you don't know what that means, I've recorded a previous video about my latest smartphone app called FWT Axis, which helps me stay aligned day to day. It's using my personal framework for habit tracking, and smartwatch serves as a capture device for those habits as well. Not only mood tracking, but also habit tracking. And this is very useful at the end of the day when I'm writing things down into my paper journal, where I'm tracking those metrics manually. It's not going away. There is friction involved, of course, just to track those things on paper. But this provides a level of intentionality in my life that I find really useful. So that's the reason I'm duplicating that information also in the digital space. And digital space serves as an extension to the analog world, right? It can give a bit more insight thanks to the compute power that those devices provide naturally. So I can have a look at the historical data of habits or historical data of mood and see how that relates to certain factors that I want to have an insight on at certain point, So it serves an extension, not the foundation. That's important to mention. My journaling routine is the system I'm relying on, and it's led through paper and manual format. And this smartwatch is just something that helps me offload everything from my brain that I don't want to carry during the day. That's what habits I'm successful doing. Then, helping with evening reflection and capturing those data related to mood through the watch. And during that journaling routine, I don't need to open my phone. I can just turn my wrist and record the important data that I'm doing on the paper, and that way I'm still staying in the paper, but also having this advantage of the compute power. So that's really the benefit of it, of having the device. So let me know what you think about this. Would it be helpful to you, like this way of leading the journaling routine if you have one? Because if you don't, then at least for me personally, I wouldn't see a use case for my smartwatch apart from activity tracking. Of course, that's a useful thing to do, but I can do that without it. I can do it through the phone instead, so I don't need additional device in the case. But I've realized that a smartwatch would be a nice bridge between analog and digital. It's not an overkill to have it. It turned out for me to be really useful, and particularly for the journaling routine, as I mentioned. So yeah, I'm building this app, FWT Axis, and smartwatch support is coming in the near future. So I would love to hear your thoughts on this. And yeah, I invite you to subscribe to this channel if you want to hear more content on self-awareness, digital minimalism, and tech independence, and how I am personally thinking about these topics and what types of tools I'm using and building, because I'm a software engineer and I try to solve real problems in my life using code, and this channel is a place where I'm presenting those solutions and hopefully finding an audience who will find them useful as well as me. So have a great day. Hope you enjoyed this video and see you next week.